And reality is, in the animal kingdom, females typically do the choosing. Humans, women get chose. We have patriarchy to thank for that. And the truth about monogamy is, and the truth about monogamy is even made to benefit men. Right. The truth is, polyandry and polygamy benefits women. Polyandry benefits women outside the context of a patriarchy. Polygamy benefits women because then the Kobe Bryants of the world get to have multiple wives and concubines. So all the women get a man. The issue is broke men don't get women. So monogamy is the way that we can ensure that average Joes get to get married too. So the truth is, and we can't have this discussion outside of having a greater discussion about beauty culture and the purpose of beauty culture. And it's to keep women in this never-ending spiral of hope and despair. If I keep you dependent on male validation, then you, in essence, give away your power. So it's a tool not just of disempowering women, but also of making millions and billions of dollars in the process. Forget people body shaming you, we're body shaming ourselves. And we're always trying to chase this ever-changing, distorted ideal. And what happens is we become disconnected from our bodies because we're always trying to take up less space. We look in the mirror, we go, I hate my arms, I hate my thighs, I hate my stomach. We have these very negative associations with our body, and beyond health, there are some other real ramifications of that. There are women that can't orgasm because they can't get out of their head. Part of that is because you are so disconnected from your body, being able to intuit when something is wrong. And I think, ironically, the more that you are connected to your body and you embrace your body, the more you take care of it. You cannot be woke or AKA conscious and oppressed woman. You got to decide, do you want to be Nat Turner or Ike Turner? You do not get to be both. And also, I just don't buy into the whole puritanical thing that your stuff is supposed to be wrapped up, tight, perfect, because I'm not a car and I don't lose value the moment you drive me off the road. I'm sorry.
Not just our bodies, we give our emotion, we give our heart, we give that beautiful energy, the most beautiful thing we can give someone, right? And if you don't get it in return, you end up at a deficit. I mean, it's simple. Like, it's like going to the grocery store and paying your money and walking away without your groceries. Like, you end up at a deficit. And so there are relationships I think take place in our life where we walk away overdrawn.
There's a difference between a boy and a man.
Yes.
And there are because and I think that a lot of this has to do with our society and our culture, but there are plenty of examples of people who have a healthy sense of masculinity. And then there are boys, and I say boys not to be mean or pejorative, but just because there are some men who are emotionally stunted and they stop developing emotionally around puberty. And these are men who use aggression as their only outlet. These are men who lust after women. They don't love women. These are men who see women as props and as objects. These are men who don't understand and recognize that women can have a power all into their selves. And when they do encounter a woman who does have a power, even if that power means being strong on the inside and soft on the outside, they view that power as a threat to their own masculinity. To be a man, a woman, a trans, a feminist simply means you believe that men and women are equal, even if different, but they are equal and they have the right to have equal opportunity. So if you can't get behind feminism, you need to either check your definition or you need to check yourself. The reason why women who want resources are typecast as these villainous characters in our culture is because I'm saying low-key men are very uncomfortable being scrutinized for their finances in the same way that they scrutinize women for their beauty.
I will never forget my first time. Not the first time I made love, but the first time I discovered that my vagina was magic.
1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. On and on and on and on. Wake the fuck up, cause it's been too long.
So of course women are in the dark because we don't even consider sex to be a sacred spiritual energy exchange. And when I say that, I don't mean like we say our prayers before we have sex, but I say that regardless of how you feel about the person or how they feel about you, there is something invisible that is exchanged when you have sex, and it is something that a condom, no condom is strong enough to protect you from.
I do think that there's a transfer of energy when you have sex. So the question is not how many days has it been. The question is, do I trust this man with my body, with my spirit, and with my mind? Only in a sexist society do we fault women for exercising that same exact agency, because looking for resources and looking for a generous man and looking for a man who's going to stick around and provide has historically been our form of survival as well. And it's only in a sexist society where we say, look, I'm going to be particular. I never heard a man say, I don't think she's cute, but I like the way she cleans the house, or I think she's really nice.
Yes, I consider myself a feminist, but I also graduated from the Whitley Gilbert School of Charm, so I would never do that. But here's my thing. Here's my major issue with feminism. I think it only touts one form of power, and it says that to be powerful you have to do what men do, when the fact is women have incredible power. That's the origin of yin and yang. It comes from left and right brain consciousness. We live in a patriarchy that only observes one form of power. Which is so you have men suppressing the feminine in them, and you have women suppressing the feminine in themselves. And black women have historically been denied their femininity, from slavery when we were raped and we were pillaged and just denied that, to the present day when we are saddled with these negative tropes of how we are gold diggers and how we're masculine and how we don't know how to be feminine, we're not attractive, and all of these things. Like, there's a marriage market, and unfortunately, because we live at the intersection of race and gender, we're at the bottom of the marriage market, and that very much so plays itself out. We are not defined by the people that we attract. We are defined by the people that we keep. And the people that we choose to keep in our lives, those relationships affirm what we believe about ourselves. At every point, the woman can say yes or no. Right. That's where the power is. Exactly. The power is in you making that choice. If he hasn't proposed to you and you leave, you took your power and you left. Bye. I think the world needs balance. Right now we have an incredibly yangish society, and so we have male society. We have corporations that are so profit conscious that they're making decisions that have a lack of regard for employees. We're seeing benefits vanishing. We're seeing social safety nets vanishing. We're seeing the environment being destroyed, and unnecessarily diplomatic issues. I think, not even with Hillary, what the rise in feminine consciousness and what she would do for female leadership in bringing more balance to society. Because I realized that chasing waterfalls was the ultimate metaphor for pursuing relationships that were destined to slip through your fingers. Relationships that are just in some ways not meant to be, but in the process of pursuing these relationships, being consumed and losing yourself. So literally chasing waterfalls. What happens if you chase a waterfall? You will drown.